It is Friday. It is Stash Wars Live. Mike the Sixth Layer here with my homies, Jason the Southern Common Geek, and Your Majesty, Tony, the Signature King. What's up, guys?
Ready for the weekend.
Man, you ready? I'm ready for the weekend too, man. It's been a minute. I don't think I went live. I don't think I've been live for like 2 weeks. I did the Memphis Comic-Con. The Comic Collector was cracking. I did the Memphis Comic-Con, had to prep for that. We did do the last time I did go live, I want to say was September 12th. And I was with Donnie from the Memphis Comic Expo, and we kind of unpacked that. And then I haven't been around since. But I knew you guys were going to be, all around the world. Southern Comic Geek, you were abroad, and then you were in your kingdom, Tony, and so I knew we were gonna come back and reunite and unpack Baltimore Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con, as well as a couple other things. But before we do that, guys, as you guys trickle on in, please smash the like button. Subscribe to the Signature King. Subscribe to the Southern Comic Geek, and subscribe to the Sixth Layer channel. Please smash that like button and smash the comment section, because we want to know your feedback. We're going to talk about a lot of cool things tonight, and we're going to get started. But I got a surprise for SCG first. Okay, I want to throw you guys off real quick. And here it is. Today, actually, it's LA Comic-Con. I don't know if you guys knew that. But it's LA Comic-Con, right? And there's an artist that I know all three of us love. And his name is Andy Kubert. He's at this show. And Southern Comic Geek, I know you're always looking for some kind of Kubert something or other. I found something nice and affordable, dude. We got a chance to look in Andy Kubert's portfolio, and you know how he rolls at the show. He's a rep by Essential Sequential, but then at these shows, he has stuff that's in his portfolio that you only can get directly through him. And so these are some pages that I think you might be interested in. And they're very affordable, SCG. So the first one here is from Batman 657. And this is the third appearance of Damian Wayne right here. This is it. A shout out to Mark the Honorable Villain. He's the boots on the ground at this show. And this is OG Damian Wayne, dude. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was the time where him and Tim Drake were fighting. And then at the end of this issue, it looks like he kills Tim Drake. And so the last splash page of this issue, Tim Drake is, laid out. And we don't know what happened until the next issue, right? So this is that scene. This is when everyone hated Damian. This is way before Damian became Robin. We didn't know what was going on with Damian. In fact, I would love to hear you guys' feedback on what did you guys think about Damian, when he first dropped, like before the Robin, when he was just the bratty kid by Talia. Were you guys feeling Damian back then?
Yeah, I thought he was a unique character, but not necessarily my favorite.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan at first.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan either. I thought he was very obnoxious, but I was a huge fan of Kubert, and I thought Kubert, I wanted this stuff, so I was curious because the last time I saw Kubert, you saw Kubert last year, right? Right, Jason?
Yeah,
at Dallas, I believe, and I saw him at in Philly, both fan expos, and each time. And then he was at the LA Comic Art Show. And so I had someone look at all of those shows. And every time Kubert had different pieces in his portfolio. So his portfolio is never the same. Unless there's stuff that he recently did that he's trying to push off, like the Tom Taylor story he did with the detective. So he has more issues of that. But what's funny about that detective, you can't buy that from Essential Sequential. You can buy his Superman stuff with Tom King, but you can't buy his detective stuff. So you got to get that straight through him. But anywho, SEG. I mean, these are deals, man. $7K a piece, man.
What a deal.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I thought that one said 7. I didn't see the price on the other one, but
yeah, they're both the same price.
If it was at Essential Sequential, it would be a lot more than that.
But I was like, holy smokes. But then I thought about it. This is like key stuff here.
Yeah, for what it is. Yeah.
And then the page to the left, talking about an iconic page where you got them fighting on the dinosaur. When do you see a fight scene in the dinosaur in the Batcave, right?
Plus, you got the costumes up there at the top. Yeah.
Right. And what's cool about those costumes, see, Morrison is very cerebral. That costume, the one that's to the right of the Robin costume, that's the costume of Thomas Wayne, the father, the Zorro mask, that eventually Dr. Hurt steals and he wears, and that becomes his official look afterwards. So this is like some of the last times you see that costume in the Batcave. Now it's become a part of Dr. Hurt, aka El Penitente's whole costume. But anyway, I can nerd out on Morrison lore all day. So this is 17 G's SEG. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got this, bro. You got this. You got this. I can tell Mark that you can PayPal Andy right now.
Yeah. I'll set it up on payment plan.
All right, $1 a month, that'll get paid off eventually, right?
Right.
And so here's some Flashpoint pages, guys.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's what I want.
Okay, so Flashpoint. This is Flashpoint 3, and this is not as expensive as 17,000. I think it's like 1,700 or something like that. It's
crazy. It's crazy.
It's the other way around. It's way more expensive on Essential Sequential. They're like 4,000 on that page, but these pages aren't on that website. So once again, he had and the page to the right is awesome, by the way. You got Batman and Cyborg in this, and the Flash. So this page right here. Damn. Hold up.
Got the rain coming down. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me verify. Let me verify this price real quick.
Yeah. Zoom in.
Yeah. Well, you can zoom in on here.
No, I said you zoom in.
Yeah, I'm zooming in right now.
Screenshot and zoom in.
I'm zooming in right now. Okay, so yeah, so the Batmans are 17,500, and the Flashpoints, so they're 17,500 for both of those pages. The Flashpoints, there. Okay, so the one to the left. No, hold on. I didn't show that one. That's a different one. The one to the left with Cyborg and the other peeps are how much is that? He cut it off. But then this one here, the main one. Okay, never mind. No, it's 25. It's 2,500.
Yeah,
it's 2,500. But if it was on the site, it would be like 4,500 for sure. Yeah. And there's no page this good on the Essential Sequential. This is actually a good freaking page right here. I like this. That Cyborg, and you got all three of them. Like you got 2 pounds with all three of them with nice shots of them. I think this is dope.
I think Mark is actually going to be at OAX this coming year. So,
all right, and then was that it? So yeah, so I just wanted to show that, guys. That was today. So that was hot off today, the first day of LA Comic-Con. And Andy Kuber's there. I always get FOMO whenever I can't go there so I can see what's in his portfolios. But sadly, your boy's priced out. I'm done. I'm out of the runnings in Kubert art unless I get it through another collector. But even his stuff directly from him, I'm priced out. Okay. So now we get into the Comic-Con preview. So let's go and set this up over here. All right, so you guys are in. Okay, so New York Comic-Con. I'll be remiss, guys. I gotta just scroll through some of these celebrities because, like, New York Comic-Con actually have celebrities that I would actually want to meet because I don't really care about them at shows. Are you guys big celebrity people?
No, not really.
No, I'm not. But it honestly depends on who it is.
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah,
depends on who it is and what I want/need signed.
Okay, yeah. So question. I know your answer is yes, Tony, but answer anyway. Have you guys ever been in a celebrity line and get a sig?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And who were they? I know you did Starship Troopers, Tony. Anybody else?
Troopers, but besides them, I did the cast of The Flash, like on season 1 when they weren't huge. But Grant Gustin wasn't there. But I got a bunch of other ones. Katrina Law I've done in the past.
Oh, so you've done it before, like
yeah. I've done quite a few.
And what about you, SCG?
Yeah, the only one that's not a voice actor would be Lou Ferrigno.
The Hulk, huh?
Everybody else is a voice actor, like Kevin Conroy, Ashley Eckstein, who was Ahsoka Tano, or the voice of Darkwing Duck or Lion-O, that type stuff. So.
Oh, that's dope. But what'd you get Lou to sign? Was it like a VHS or something, or
no? I got one of those Hulk hands, and then also got him to sign. There's a Joe Jusko magazine, Marvel magazine, Joe Jusko cover.
Okay,
and I got him to, and it's done in his likeness. Okay, and there's an article about the TV show in the magazine.
Got it. So you got something relevant to him.
Yeah, and Joe Jusko signed it too.
All right, guys. So we're gonna just scroll down this. I'm not getting in the celebrity line, but I really think that it's an impressive line of celebrities for New York. So we're gonna just look at them for a minute, right before we get into the comic book talent. So off the rip, you got Professor X, James McAvoy. You got Sigourney Weaver, right? You got what's the dude that plays Lex Luthor? Nicholas Hoult. Ming Na.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I thought he was a really good Lex Luthor. I really thought this Superman, Lex Luthor shined, and Lois Lane, because I thought Lois Lane was a weak point in the last Superman stuff. So I really thought they got Lois Lane better this go around. Ming Na Wen. She's also a Mandalorian, but also she's a voiceover actress too. She gets a lot of work there. We got Shang-Chi, Sam Liu, and then R. Martin. What's that? Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We got Morpheus, right? What do you guys know Larry Fishburne for? See, I remember from Pee-wee's Playhouse. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, the cowboy.
Yeah. So when he like went serious, I was like, what? The dude from Pee-wee is trying to like, I could, like, when he was in Boys in the Hood, like I was like trying to like take him seriously. I was like, dude, that's the cowboy from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like, I can't. But he won me over in as a Morpheus though. I must admit. All right, so that's all the celebrities that I feel like I care about. Professor X, Ripley, Ming Na, Professor what's his name? Lex Luthor, Game of Thrones, Morpheus. I'm good. That I wouldn't pay. I bet you all of these people cost over $100 a cig. I would bet. Would you guys like?
Oh
for
yeah,
example,
I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Yeah.
like Sigourney Weaver is probably like $200-300. Okay, so now we're in try another filter is honor. Let's guess or honor. I don't want guess or honor. I just want guess. Give me 1 second. Let's get our creator guess cracking. All right, here we go. So you guys aren't going to New York, right? I'm the only one going, correct?
Yeah, I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't.
And I wish I can go to freaking Baltimore. So, the grass is always greener, and that's why we're covering both. So tonight, if you guys are hopping in, we're definitely talking about DC versus Marvel, but we got to get ready for New York Comic-Con and Baltimore Comic-Con, and this is 6 layers, guys. So we got to unpack this, and I know many of our viewers are going to one of these shows and need to load up and lock in too. So we're definitely got to cover this. But I'm going over the people that I'm actually actively seeking out. And there's people at this show that I've never seen before. Okay. Adam Hughes is always cool, but I think I've seen him 3 times this year. Alex Maleev is someone I never met. So I got some stuff from Alex Maleev. I will show you guys in a little bit. But he doesn't make his way to the West Coast. So, I never got a chance to meet him. We got the Gradient General. I haven't seen this site in a while. So they updated since the last time I was on here. So the Sultan of Shade, Alice Sinclair, is in the house. And he's a part of the hottest comic book right now, Deadpool versus Batman. I can't wait to see him and get that book signed. And I'm scrolling on. Arthur Adams, salute to you. Obviously, I'm going to say, at least acknowledge that he's there. Ben Percy, I think he got a couple from Bernard Chain, but I don't think so. Brian Azzarello. Isn't Brian Azzarello going to be at Baltimore too, I believe?
No.
He's not?
He's not, no.
Okay. Clayman. Here we go. Clayman, guys, is someone I never met. Not because I wasn't at a show he was at. I call it the CSA factor. He was there, but he was late at the common sketch art line. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like though the more A-list kind of creators I don't know if they're told to be late, but like he was so late that I just decided not to wait anymore. I'm like, all I got is 2 books.
I like it. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised though.
I'm not waiting hours for 2 books, bro.
No,
it's not worth it because you start getting late, and then it starts bleeding into the rest of your schedule, and it's like, nah, bro, get over yourself. So a lot of these people, Cully Hamner, props to him, Dan Slott, don't got nothing. There we go. This is one that is going to throw people off, guys, and that's why I wanted to talk about this. So if you're watching and you're going to New York, this Daniel Chavez, that's Dan Mora. Okay. So people don't think Dan Mora is going to be there because of this name. But this is Dan Mora. Okay. And I got confirmation from his rep, Quan. Dan Mora will be at New York Comic Con. And so I don't know why is this Daniel Chavez business. Is that a pen name or something? Alias, but if you guys follow Dan Mora's social media, that's his profile pic right here. If you go to his IG, this is Dan Mora's IG pic right now. And so I don't know why he's Daniel Chavez, but Dan Mora, and he is, just so you guys know, because I've never met Dan Mora before. But Dan Mora is tier 1. Okay.
Oh.
So
nice.
Dan Mora is $10. and I'm kind of staying in that lane. I'm going to bring up some people that are higher than tier 1 that I've never met before technically. But Dan Mora, if you're trying to see Dan Mora, guys, he's $10. And I got that. I was with his rep. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm just looking at this the comment section. Shout out to Black Spiders. Thank you for checking out the show. Shout out to everybody that reach out to me and watch the Memphis coverage we dropped yesterday. Really appreciate it. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Big up to you guys. So Dan Mora, and then Daniel Warren Johnson. Is he going to be in Baltimore, guys?
Nope.
No.
So Daniel Warren Johnson is going to be there. I got like 2 hot books from him, and they're Energon Universe related. Okay, you guys remember Run DMC? Please say yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my son met DMC when he was like 4 at LA Comic-Con, like years ago. So like 10 years ago. So I'm gonna do like a kind of update pick with my son and DMC.
Nice.
So I'm not gonna get like anything signed, but I think you get like a package, like a print or something like that. So I'm gonna do that, support the legend. And then David Barron, the left-handed assassin, also a member of this channel. I'm gonna be rocking with him pretty much the whole weekend, as well as getting SIGs. I'll be covering his table. I might even be doing some interviews at his table with other artists and stuff. So hey, stay tuned, man. We're gonna have it popping in New York. Yeah, we're gonna be at a Forbidden Planet signing Wednesday night. So yeah, you're gonna have some cool coverage to see from New York. And I've never been to New York, so I'm excited. David Finch. I got a question, guys, real quick. Okay, so David Finch started the previous volume of Batman, and Jorge Jimenez just started the newest current volume of Batman, right? And SEG, you were talking about Jorge Jimenez's OA prices, right? My question to you, right? All things is fair, right? All prices are the same, right? Which art would you want first? David Finch or Jorge Jimenez? Tell me in the chat. David Finch or Jorge Jimenez? Let me know. I got to know, because this dude's prices are like 17 G's, 30 G's. It's crazy. Jorge Jimenez, I love him. Great artist. But those prices were crazy. Dennis Cowan, I got a book for him. His first Batman cover, which I think is Batman 373. I just want to see Donny Cates. Donny Cates reminds me of that 80s like child actor that now he's writing comics. He just gives off that vibe like he was, chilling with Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, but he was like the homie. He's the homie that no one knew. He was like Entourage. That's what when I think of Donny Cates, that's what I think about. So yeah, Finch. There we go. Let me see. Out of both cons, there are 2 names that stick out to me, and they are both at Baltimore. Alan Davis, true, and Brian K. Vaughan. Yeah, they. This is a Mr. Collector 123. That's a very astute comment right there. Brian K. Vaughan was just in LA though, so Six Layers got a hold of him a couple last week. But then Alan Davis, yeah, dude, and I think he's Hero Initiative, most likely. I have 2 David Finch drawings. Black Spider. Case is cool, really great. Yeah, he's a chill dude. He just gives off that like I used to be an actor vibe when I was like 13, 14. Fabian Nicieza. Oh, Frank Miller. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting into some expensive stuff. So just so you guys know, if you guys looking for Frank Miller SIGs, let me just pull it up. He's by himself. He's by his lonesome in tier 4, 80 to hundo. Who is buying? Let me know in the chat if you plan on buying a Frank Miller SIG the next time you see him. maybe not New York, maybe not Baltimore, right? But he's actually in LA this weekend. So if you're in LA right now, are you getting a Frank Miller sig? Are you paying the $80 to $100 raw? That's the key right there, because it's more if you're getting it slabbed. So let us know in the chat if you plan on, is it in your agenda to get $100 sig from the legend Frank Miller? And by the way, I saw, did you guys see the Deadpool cover that he did?
Yeah.
The Deadpool
short story, ain't it? Didn't he do one of the stories in there? Or
yeah, but he did a cover, and it was kind of hard to watch. Look at it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Gabriel Delato, guys. I know this dude's line's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be insane. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Is it worth it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Gabriel Delato. I'm just clicking on his name. I just gotta let you guys know that Gabriel Delato is tier 2, so he is $30. He was $30 a sig in MegaCon in February this year, and his line, I would want to see Orlando's nearest DMV line next to Gabriel Delato's line, and I want to see which one was moving faster. And I'll bet you the DMV line was moving faster.
Honestly, for the caliber of artist he is, $30 is very respectable. Still, maybe on the higher end of my budget, but he absolutely could be charging $70 a sig, and people would still pay it.
Yeah. I mean, but dang, but that line, I'm telling you, dude, it's brutal. I think he's with Scott Collectibles, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna try to work some magic. I got one I'm thinking about, but if not, I'm just gonna wait for Lake Como next year. Okay, Greg Capullo, the man of the month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool, Batman. And just so you guys know, and I gotta give Greg Capullo props. My man's still tier 1. He's tier 1. He's $10. His line is more reliable than Scott Snyder's, unless they do a signing with Scott Snyder. Then all bets are off. Got that Sin City money. Don't need mine, but respect. Hey man, style so serious in the house. That's what I mean. For $100, it's wild. Okay, that's a big price tag for a Sharpie marker name. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. But back to Greg Capullo, he is only 10 bones, guys. So let me know if you guys are going to New York Comic Con, because I want to meet somebody, and let me know, because I've never been there, so I want to know who got the bomb pizza. That, because I hear New York got the best pizza. I don't believe it, but I heard it. Now I got to see for myself. Greg Land, I just interviewed Greg Land. If you want to see an interview with him, it's on the channel. I'm thinking about getting a sketch card from Greg Land. Berto Ramos, I got to give him respect. James Tynan, do I got something I'm bringing? Nope. But this guy right here, though, Javier Rodriguez, what y'all know about him?
He's killing it on Martian Manhunter. Dude,
his Martian Manhunter shit is killing. You absolutely right. He is absolutely killing it, dude. The Star Trek, I'd love to get a signing from him. Who's that? The OG Star Trek guy. I'm gonna go. What's his name?
George Tackey.
Yeah, there we go. I know it's on the website, but I wanted to remember it. Takai, yeah,
or whatever. He's pretty tacky. Yes, me.
Capullo for the people and our wallets. Hey man, he's been $10 for shit. Almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. Damn, Common Sketcher, I've been around since 2016 or something like that. Yeah, almost 10 years. Capullo's been that same price tag. I give him credit. But yeah, Javi is killing it right now, dude. I didn't think I would. Hot take, I don't like Absolute Batman, but I like all the other Absolute stuff. Okay, and Absolute Martian Manhunter is really cool. It's like psychedelic Darwin Cook type to me. Totally dig it. Jed McKay, just interviewed him yesterday. Stay tuned for that. Oh, just so you guys know, let's stop here. Jeff Loeb, the week of New York Comic Con, we will be dropping an interview with Jeff Loeb and all the stuff that we talked about with the delays. Woo-wee! He talks about it and he doesn't hold back. Jeff Loeb tells you exactly the reason why Hush, right now, Hush 2 is being delayed. Okay? And he doesn't hold back. This is an hour and 30-minute interview, and this dude gets in the nitty-gritty. Did you guys know he wrote Teen Wolf?
I did not.
No, I didn't know that. The
He
original
wrote
one or part 2?
The OG, Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf.
Okay.
And he wrote Commando, Schwarzenegger.
Aye.
Yes. I was like, and that was his first 2 writing gigs, was movies out of the gate. But
So
Jeff
does he
Loeb,
throw somebody under the bus?
oh my God, dude, like beep, beep, beep. Oh my God, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't wait. So we're dropping this the week of New York Comic Con. Yeah, man. This dude, very candid interview by Jeff Loeb. I just wanted you guys to know. I don't know. I got maybe one Jeff Loeb. Yeah, I do got Jeff Loeb. I do got Jeff Loeb. Oh, Jeremy Adams, my guy. This is my dude, man. Green
I gotta meet
Lantern.
him. He's high on my list.
Yeah, this dude. And have you met him? You met him. I know.
I got to
Jason.
sign all my Green Lantern 1 foils.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Jeremy Adams, man, like he was just on 6 Layers 100 with Doug Mankey and Ken Lashley. Check that out. I got some Green Lantern stuff I'm going to show you guys that I have for Jeremy, and I can't wait because they're awesome covers. And then we got Jim Lee here. Jim Lee, the legend. Okay, Tony, if Jim Lee was at Baltimore, are you going back? Would you go back after last year?
I would. Absolutely, I would. I would do the Jim Lee line all over again.
And Jim Lee is tier 3, guys. Prepare. So when he does like the three signature package, they average around $50. But if you get a singular signature a la carte, then it's $60. So he is indeed $50 to $60, depend on the quantity that you select from him. Now, the good news is there will be free opportunities for Jim Lee, I heard, for this show, because there's going to be a DC booth. But it's always random, which I actually respect. So you can't please everybody, but if you have some free opportunities for the public, I think that's the way to go. I think all the legends should do it. They're still going to make a ton of money off SIGs anyway, but you might as well make it more fun for the people by having that chance to win. You know what I mean? Like, people like having at least the possibility of getting a Jim Lee. So Jim Lee, $50-$60 at New York. I'm definitely going in this line for something, even if it's just to get some footage. Jock.
But he would have probably in my opinion, the best managed line in the industry.
You right about that. I was highly impressed with his line.
That was a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen where they even put your books on boards. It's almost like a concierge service and shit. It was cool. Like, they gave you everything but like breath mints and a napkin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like,
hot towelette. Yeah.
Yes, it was. I mean, $60 a cig. I want to feel special in some way.
Right.
We got Jock here. And stay tuned for Jock. He's going to be making an appearance on our channel really soon on an episode of The Process. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Jock is doing the Joker story for Absolute Batman.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard that somewhere.
Yes. And so, yeah, that's going to be cool. I don't know how I feel about the Absolute Joker design.
Yeah.
It looks kind of kooky to me, but hey, we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing Jock. Joe Quesada. Just so you guys know, Joe Quesada. If y'all looking for that, be prepared. He is in tier 3. I think he's $35 or $30. Looking for Joe Quesada. I even got his picture up. And I think he's a Quan guy too. Yep. Joe Quesada. Who else? Wrapping this up. Oh, John Timms, Marzon, Joshua Williamson. Here we go. Jorge Jimenez. I was looking for him. I would say he's one of the main people that I'm going to see. Batman #1 just came out. I will be stupid, being a Batman fan, not to get Batman #1 signed as soon as possible. I don't know if Matt Fraction is going to be here. We're going to check right now. But I think Matt Fraction is going to be in, if he wasn't already. I don't know if Rose City happened, but I think it did. But, yeah, he was there. Who else we have here? Ken Lashley, the lead killer. Oh, man, I can't wait to see this dude. I'm getting at least a sketch from him, dude. I'm going to get there early and try to get something cool. I'm not going to say what, but I'm going to get something cool, man. I can't wait to show you guys. But I'm going to get something cool from Ken Lashley, man. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm definitely gonna. And then Klaus Janson is, I want to say $15. And you know what? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ken Lashley is Essential Sequential now, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's not Common Sketcher, or he could be. I think he has a rep now, is what I'm saying. I think he has like a rep for signatures. Oh, this guy right here. Are you guys familiar with Lucas Lee Garza?
No, I don't think I am.
He's a legend in the making.
Yeah, Jim's son, right?
He's like Bronny James of comics.
I'd agree with that.
All right. Okay, Mike Harthon. I know you get a lot of free Mike Harthons, Tony.
Dude, I was just chatting with him the other day. I ran into him.
You ran into him?
Yeah, dude. He lives in my neighborhood. Not in my neighborhood, but within
your community.
Yeah, in my community. He lives fairly close.
Damn. Yeah, I got something right here. So I got Mike Harthon's definitely on the list. But where's the other guy? No. Now I'm like, here he is. I'm like, dude, where the fuck are you? Olivier Coipel. Have you guys met him before?
I have not. Never even heard of that name.
Dude, but you got Action Comics 1000. You got Action Comics 1000. You got the Comics 1000, right? I know you have those, right, Tony?
Say that one more time.
You got Action Comics 1000?
I do.
You got Detective Comics 1000?
I do.
He did both, and I think with Tom King.
Oh.
He's more of a variant cover artist for DC, but he did do interiors for those books, and he's a Quan guy, $10. And then Patrick Gleason, what?
Dude, he's high on my list. I got to meet him sometime.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I can't believe he's gonna be in New York. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to see Patrick Gleason. I got all of his, what are they called? His Batman and Robin's signed, like everyone he did. And so now I'm going to work on Green Lantern Corps because that's my exposure to him. Who else we have here? Peter Tomasi. Oh my God. Actually, Mark just talked to Peter Tomasi today. Be on the lookout for an interview with Peter Tomasi and Francis Monopole. We're going to be interviewing them too. The Rocket Fellers creative team will be on the 6 layers really soon. Philip Kennedy Johnson. You know what's funny? Like, he did, to me, he did the best recent Superman. Like, his Action Comics was pretty decent. I'll give him credit because, like, I gotta say, like, he's the only guy to do decent Superman, like, in the last couple years. And then definitely Redman. Wait a minute, he's Saturday. I'm not gonna be there Saturday. I can go see Redman, but Redman
would be cool just to give him a high five.
That's what I'm saying. I won't be there Saturday though, unfortunately. And Rodney Barnes, he's probably going to be with Quan as well. I have the Batman Full Moon that he did recently, and that's his first Batman story. So I'm getting those signed. Ryan Benjamin, that's a good one. Ryan Otley, his line is probably going to be crazy, but I would love to get like a Battle Beast from him. That would be awesome. Scott Snyder, What do I need from Scott Snyder? Nothing. I already have Absolute Batman #1. So I'm done. I don't want to get in that line unless I have to. Sean Gordon Murphy, though, he's a cool, he's like, okay, let's do Sean Gordon Murphy real quick. I think he's $10, guys, but I think he does like 3 free first.
Oh, heck yeah.
So Sean Gordon Murphy, you'll get like 3 to 5 before he even starts charging, which is awesome. So yeah, this dude, he's cool. And his marks are very affordable. I think they're like $40 or something. So like he hooks it up. Like I think he's one of the good guys. Who else here? Oh, this guy right here, dude. Hey, this dude, Simone DeMeo, is an absolute beast. He is a beast. I want to see. I think he's probably going to be with Matt Tutulio, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But I'm definitely looking at this fool's portfolio. Maybe he has something like smaller, not published, but something like 9x12, something already pre-done. I could scoop or something. With guys like them, like to me, is like, dude, just give me what you got that I like. I'm not gonna sit here and try to, compete with all of these serious, sketch heads. I'm good. But if you got something that I can get, even if it's a dope ass prelim, because some of these prelims look like con sketches. And here we go. Todd McFarlane, okay, and he's gonna be there. You guys definitely heard of him, right? I'm trying, he's one of those people where you have to win the raffle or whatnot. And so that's Todd McFarlane. And I got something for him. So that's pretty much the list that I'm interested in. Let me just scroll down, make sure I'm not missing people. Tom McFarlane. Wendy Penny, Will Spatasio. I don't know if I have anything for him. I saw him. That's it. No Zeb Wells and all these other guys. I don't know. Wendy Penny's cool. I think she did what's that? An Elf Quest or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's that, and really quick, just to show you guys what I'm going to be bringing to New York. This is a small sample. So if the comic gods are with me and I win a Todd McFarlane, I'm getting this joint done for sure.
Ooh.
This is the Malibu Sun. You guys know what time it is with this. Some people call it a gimmick. Do you guys think this is a gimmick? I don't think it's a gimmick. I don't call this a first appearance. I call this like almost like proof of concept almost, right? Like that's what I give this. There's no story in it. It's just a ad, right? The first appearance of Spawn is still Spawn #1, but the first proof of concept of Spawn is this Malibu Sun 13. And so some people call it manufactured hype. What do you guys think? Is this manufactured hype like this book?
If you're a Spawn or a McFarlane fan, I mean, it's the book to have, right? Because, it is the first big ad source. Is that one of the errors or is that the regular? See, there you go, man. Educate me on my own shit. I don't even know what you're talking about, SCG. What error could this book have? The back cover is miscolored on the error.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is not the error because where I got this from, they probably would have charged me more for it because they know shit like you. Okay, me, there's no way I would have known. So there's a variant to this. Okay, an error variant. That's hilarious. Okay, and then next, we talked about Dan Mora. See, Dan Mora, it says Daniel Chavez on the website, but it's indeed Dan Mora, the artist of World's Finest, and I already have Mark Waid on this on World's Finest #1. And so I want to, complete this. And then here's the variant of World's Finest #1. This is Jason Fabok variant, signed by Fabok and Brad Anderson and Mark Waid. So I want to get Dan Mora on this. And then I have a whole stack of these signed by Jim Lee. And so I'm going to get the Sultan of Shade on this, Scott Williams, and Jeff Loeb on one of these. So I'm going to get one of these because, it's Hush. And that's if. So this is, Jeff Loeb would probably be the conundrum if I want to pay $30 for that. Because Jeff Loeb, people, if you guys didn't know already, hold on, check the comments. To see him on Wednesday. Tom McFarlane, you're going to see Tom McFarlane on Wednesday? Where? Do tell. Commando is a classic, yes. It's like one of those cheesy 80 movies, but I dig it. Like if it came on and I was, just browsing, I would probably finish it. And it got Ray Dong Chong in it, man. That was my crush back in the 80s. But yeah. Hush right here. But then this one, and this is for Jim Lee if I win the raffle or whatever, is I got to get this what is it? Absolute Batman. It's already got Dragotta and Snyder on it. Cool. And so I just want to get Jim Lee on it. I'm going to get Scott Williams and Allison Clare on it. But, if I did score a Jim Lee for free, this would be tops on the list. Every time I see freaking Mike Hawthorne, I forget to get my Batman 900 signed by him. And so I got to get Batman 900 signed by Mike Hawthorne. It already has Chip Zdarsky and it has a remark by Chip and Jorge Jimenez. And so, but Mike Hawthorne is an interior artist in this. So I got to get him. And then Olivier Coipel. Oh, you guys want to see the most signed book in my collection? It happens to be Detective Comics 1000. This landscape variant, and I got that clear board on top. But yeah, dude, I think I'm at 22 or 23 SIGs on this one. And I know people got ones way more, but I gotta find a spot for Olivier Coipel on this one. Okay.
You have to start doing the back. It's clear anyway, right?
Maybe. I thought about that. But I like the OCD in me. I gotta have it on here. I got Neil Adams on here, guys. I got Neil Adams, Tony Daniel, Jim Lee, Joel Jones, Dustin Nguyen, Peter Tomasi, Steve Epting, Doug Mankey, Kevin Smith, Amanda Connor, Brian Michael Bendis, Dan DiDio, who else? Jeff Johns, Alvaro Martinez Bueno, Jason Fabok. Who am I missing? Brad Anderson. Ooh, this one's lit up. And then I have this version that has less signatures on them. So I'm going to get, I got to get Alex Maleev on this one too. So Coipel and Maleev on this one. And then I got Maleev right here on this. Alex Maleev is right there. But I need Coipel on this one. And this has Denny O'Neil on it, guys. So I have Denny O'Neil on this one. I have Neil Adams on the horizontal one. And then I have Denny O'Neil on this one with Kelly Jones, Dustin Nguyen, pretty much everybody else that's on the other one but Denny O'Neil and Alex Maleev. And, no Jim Lee on this. So I might get Jim Lee on this. I might not. Oh, and then I'm thinking about this, guys. This is probably one of the hottest books right now. I'm thinking about getting Red Hood #1 signed by the writer, Gretchen Felker Martin.
What is he going to sign it as?
I have to throw this. This is my wild card. I had to throw this one here. I'm trying to get this in. Let me know, man. Let me know. Gretchen, hook it up. Hook it up, Gretchen. For free, though. For free. Do you think they're going to continue this, or did they fire Gretchen, or do you think they're going to?
Their person's so fired. They're completely fired.
But are they going to replace her? Replace Gretchen with #2? Like, you know what I mean? Or is this whole series canceled?
The whole series got canceled.
The entire series. Yeah.
So this is the only book in history, the only issue in history of this. It's like, it's a de facto one shot. That's crazy.
Yeah, that he screwed up so hard. Someone else got fired. Like, she got fired, and then the artist no longer has any work. That's how hard you got fired. Like,
that's right. Yeah, I don't care about anybody else. I want to say my opinion. So the artist lost their job and everybody else. So.
So Gretchen, I'm looking for a SIG. Holla. I'll be like the only person. I think Gretchen. I think Gretchen is like the new hated person in comics now. Like, I think Van Sciver can go eat at McDonald's now. And then I got Jeremy Adams. Now this is like a glow in the dark cover. I think this is sick as heck. I think this is Subic. Yeah, it's a Subic. Subic does these cool little black and white motif thing. He did it with the full moon as well, with the Rodney Barnes. But I really love this. This is a glow in the dark GL cover. And then Anthony Marquez, who's going to be at New York. No, I'm not Anthony Marquez. Jeremy Adams again. This is an Anthony Marquez cover. This just came out this week. I love this cover. It gives Darren Cook vibes, but with the little Gil Kane, trade dressing. I really love this cover. I really do. So yeah, I'm looking to get Jeremy Adams on this one. And if I'm stupid enough, this is Batman #1. I have to find a Jorge cover. It's somewhere. I got to get it. It's in my regular Batman box. But this one is for Delato. Okay. So, like, if I decide to get Delato on this, then I'll get Jorge on it. But I'm definitely getting Jorge on cover A and the other. I think he did like 2 covers. But this is the one for Delato. And this is Batman #1. So, who knows? They might never renumber again. Or they might renumber in 2 years. Who knows? And then McNiven. I think I forgot to show you guys here, but McNiven's going to be there. So I don't think I've seen McNiven draw Wolverine and Batman on the same cover before, but that's pretty awesome. So that's why. So I was a sucker for the variants, and so I got this. So that's pretty much what I'm bringing. I mean, minus a few other things, but those are the people that I'm targeting. And then now we're moving on to Baltimore, guys. And I'm going to. I wish Baltimore had more pictures like New York, but I'm curious, guys. And we're just going to just go through the list, and you guys just stop me and you just tell me and tell us, who you guys are targeting from, what you guys see on the screen and stuff.
Yeah, if you're a big Adams fan, I think literally the entire Adams family is going to be there. No pun intended.
I was waiting on that. I was waiting.
Man, I think the one I am sad about is Eddie Burrows. It's canceled.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh no.
He was high on my list. So high on my list.
Me too.
Donnie Cates. First time we're going to meet up with Donnie Cates. That's kind of cool. Looking forward to that.
So Donnie Cates are going to be at both shows. Okay.
Yep. There's a couple of people that are going to be at both shows. I'm going to get some Jim Chung, some Wonder Woman, some stuff. Michael Chow, a couple of variant covers.
The Michael Cho, that one right there, dude.
Yeah.
That one's going to hurt me. That hurts. Chris Claremont? Yeah. What?
Yep. Chris Claremont's there every year. I don't think I've ever been there where he's not been there.
He wasn't there last year, though.
Well, I think he. There's a lot of people that weren't there last year because of the funeral. So, like,
a lot of people. John Cassidy.
Right.
Yeah. Which, hey, that's completely understandable. I get it. Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad for me. I got a lot of stuff for theirs. Danny Strips, one of 3 North American shows she's going to attend.
Who'd you say?
Danny, D-A-N-I. Her name's Danny Strips.
I've never heard of her. What she?
She did. Right now she did Sensational Wonder Woman, but I know her from the Arkham City Order of the World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of her.
I don't even know what this person would charge. This is like her second trip in the United States, I think, is what I read. So I have no idea. I'm going in blind on this one.
That's crazy. Garth Ennis, that's dope. He's been there before, though.
Yeah, Garth Ennis, same thing. He's been there a lot. I'm going to try so hard to get David Finch. I need one book from David Finch, and I'm done with him. Because he's just –
that's what we all think.
His line is just absolutely insane. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
You got more for him?
I got more. I always got, dude. I've always got more for Garcia.
Oh, you got that foil joint, right? Where they had the what is it? Where they did the like character design thing or something like that. You showed me something where it was like a version of him. I don't know if it's like a landscape one or something like that.
Yeah, it's he did one for like Shazam, Batman, Superman. It's like a very 90s style. It's the artist salute variant for those. But yeah, I already have all those. Cully Hemner, Scott Hanna. Well, I don't need Scott Hanna, but
so far SCG you haven't seen anybody you're targeting yet.
Well, no, there's a couple here and there that well, of course Tony's already hit most of the ones that I'm interested in. The one that is John Timms, who's doing Aquaman.
Okay, yes.
Timms, yeah.
He's actually going to be in New York also. I've got a foil of the Brad Walker cover of issue 1 that I want to get him to sign.
Oh.
But, his art's a lot like Dan Morris stuff. Very similar art style.
Exactly.
I might break down and get some J.G. Jones art. I've been eyeing. We'll see what happens there.
I'll be in the J.G. Jones booth as well.
With some Marvel stuff.
For me, no. For SCG, no, I've no idea.
Oh yeah, no Valiant stuff for him, and because Defiant was his, which is the Jim Shooter company, was his first gig. So
yeah.
And so what I was going to say on him, he's from down south Louisiana. So last time I had a good conversation with him at Heroes, talking about a lot of these little podunk towns around here that he knows since he's down from this way.
Wait a minute, Adam Kubert's going to be there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
he's going to have a wild, crazy line. It comes with planning, out cons. See, Adam's going to be, I've already got him to sign stuff, but if I was going to get him to sign something, he's going to be at OAX next year. So I'd be like, all right, I'm probably going to.
That's like his local show, right?
Yeah, because he's from Florida, or he lives in Florida. Yeah.
Okay. Loeb's going to be there. Okay. Now, see, that's crazy. All right, so Jeremy Adams is going to be in New York. Anthony Marquez, the person who did that cover I have, he's going to be in Baltimore.
See, I want to do Jeff Loeb, but I also don't want to pay like $90.
Yeah, $30. What? Oh man, yeah, $30 a pop. Yeah, crazy. Okay, Laura Martin. Okay, Ron Mars is going to be there. He wasn't there last year.
Yeah, Ron Mars is cool.
I've got something, an art page, a Silver Surfer art page for him to sign that he wrote.
Okay, Mike McCone, just saw him like last weekend. I was chilling with him.
Mike McCone, yeah.
Al Milgram, didn't see him last year.
I like talking with Al. He's a cool dude. Love talking to him.
Yeah, Kevin Nolan's a good one.
Kevin Nolan. I've been trying to meet Kevin Nolan for a little while. I just always, for whatever reason, he's never really high on my list, so he gets bumped. I should give him some attention this year.
Paul Pope, big Batman artist.
Oh, Paul Pope, yes, dude, Batman 100. Yeah, that's crazy. Paul Pope, Kevin Nolan.
Oh, yeah, I got one or two Paul Popes in here. I'm going to get him to sign. Peach will be there. Peach McHale, yeah. In fact, she's on my list. I'm going to get her to sign one thing.
Rod Reyes. Assad Ribic right there. It's going to be there as well.
Oh, he's going to be there, huh? James Robinson.
Okay, yeah. Conan. Okay.
Dan Sakai's going to be there.
Yeah.
He wasn't there last year.
No. Bart Sears.
I want to get him to sign some TMNT crossover stuff.
Who, Bart Sears?
No, Stan Sakai.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, to me, that's a good spot to catch him.
He was there a couple years ago, and his line was impressively short. Like,
that's what I mean. That's a good, like,
shockingly short.
In San Diego, he be having a line. So, and then Joe Staten, you did mention John Timms.
Yep, I'm going to do Brian Steflees. I got one or two things for him.
Yeah.
Wilfredo Torres. I'm going to get my Superman 78 signed by him and Robert Venditti, who was the writer.
Oh, yeah.
And then somebody mentioned Brian K. Vaughan.
Yep, Billy Tucci. Yep, I'm going to get with him. I like talking with Billy. He's a cool dude.
Fred Van Lett wrote a lot of Valiant stuff. I'm gonna get him to sign.
Then Mark Wade, Tony, I know you're happy about that.
Dude, I have so much Mark Wade. It's unreal.
I know you do, because I know he don't come to the East Coast that often.
I think he goes to Baltimore almost every year.
Oh, he does. See, I'm not used to seeing him on this side of the.
I think out of the last 5 years, he's been there almost every year. Yeah.
He was in Memphis a couple years ago too, Mike.
Oh, he was? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Lee Weeks.
What'd you say?
Lee Weeks.
Oh, Lee Weeks, yeah. David F. Walker. Yeah, Lee Weeks. And then Eddie Burrows canceled. But that's not a bad. I mean, that's a big one, but that's not a long list of cancelees, though.
Yeah, but Eddie was one I had the most stuff for.
Yeah, same with me. He was the most thing that I had. So, like, dude, I think I had like a dozen books for him. So,
when does he show up? Like, I don't see him often.
He canceled his C2E2 appearance, so this is twice now that I missed him.
He's not from America, right?
No, I think he's from Ecuador. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's funny because he also, who is it? John Timms, I think, is also from Ecuador.
Is he?
I think so. I was chatting with him at C2E2. Really nice guy. Oh, Joshua Middleton.
Yeah.
Joshua Middleton. That's all that Batgirl cover.
Dude, that's in my box, man.
Have you got the foil one?
What's that?
Have you got the foil Batgirl cover that they did of that?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I got the regular one signed by him at Heroes last year, but I
need that. Charge you?
Oh, he didn't charge me like $10.
Oh, dude, that's reasonable.
No,
so I have the
which was surprising because the X23 cover he charges like $100 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
to sign it. So
so I have the secret hookup with Joshua Middleton. So
y'all got the secret handshake?
Yeah, right. No, I'm gonna keep that close to the chest until it happens. So.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Secrets. Ron Garney's another good one.
Ron Garney. I got to shout out to Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner. I'm a big fan of like the Stray Dogs and the Pharaoh. And Tony comes like every other year, but he doesn't show up. Trish is from Baltimore, so she's there every year. But Tony and Trish, that doesn't happen often.
With Ron Garney, he only does cash unless something's changed, but he only does cash. So a lot of these people, they've got alternative forms of payment, especially if you go to buying art and, big things like that. Not him. So that's a good look, man. The last time Jim Starlin was $10 was at Neil Adams' Krusty Bunker. They didn't tell nobody, and it was a signing on a Sunday. And so I'm thinking I could just use my card. Yeah.
And then nope, cash only. And I'm like, oh, dude, the banks are closed, dude. It's Sunday, right?
Oh, that's rough.
and so I'm like, dude, you're supposed to announce that. You're supposed to let people know that, that he's cash only. And then right after that, like LA Comic-Con was like a month later, and he hiked up to 20. So I've been pissed. And it was funny. I mean, I don't wish bad luck on them, but I'm not surprised they're closed now. But no, seriously, I'm like, bro, like that hurt. I was like, damn. I knew, just like the last time Frank Miller was $50. That was the last time I got a sig from him. Now I was like, dude, I have a feeling that he's going to, hike his price up the next con, and he went from 50 to 100 in like months. But guys, okay, so who want to go first and show us like what you plan on bringing to Baltimore?
I can kneel before the king.
Okay,
ready?
All right.
Boom.
All right, go for it.
Oh, you want him?
That's what I was saying. If he's ready, he can go.
Okay.
So let me pull some books out here. Get the Eddie Burrows stuff.
Man, I dig your setup though, dude. Yeah, I dig it, man. It makes the purple pop. The brown makes the purple pop. Yeah.
And then look, I'm moving my file cabinet around from the old office. I got to bring it up downstairs. So This is all one drawer, and we're talking like 6 short boxes worth. I have like another 7,000 comics to go.
Golly.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's a work in progress. But yeah, we're talking about Joshua Middleton. So I know he lives overseas, but I live in his hometown. His family still lives here. So so I'm like, I gotta meet the guy. Never met him, and his family lives here. So I'm gonna get him to sign this. Me as a big Shazam guy. The new champions of Shazam #1, Joshua Middleton, Mary Marvel variant.
That is sick.
It's big. Yeah,
that's that Middleton that we like.
It is. Do you want me to do more, or you just do one at a time?
Yeah. No. You doing your whole lot. Yeah.
Oh, the whole lot. Okay, yeah.
Your whole lot, and then SCG will do his whole lot.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna pull out let's go with this guy, Mark Waid. So this one I got signed at C2E2 by cover artist Dustin Nagan. So Mark Waid on the Black Adam Night Terrors. And
you got Dustin Witt on there. Okay, what is these little this yellow stuff? What is that? You buy those? Like, what's that?
Yeah, you never seen these? These are signature bags. So you get in there.
I actually thought CGC. I thought those were for CGC people. Like when you submit your stuff, they put them in those things. That's why I've never seen those They do.
I mean, yeah, CGC does use these, but you can buy. I got a couple hundred of these. You can buy bags of 100 for like $10. I mean, they're insane.
And so you use those instead of bags and boards?
Yeah, if I'm going to a local con, I'll use these.
Okay.
Just because I can get in and get out, but if I'm flying, I'll just use regular bags and boards.
Hey man, you stay on the cutting edge of supplies. I give you credit.
Because unfortunately, the yellow ones don't fit in the comic folios. So this is just like for bags and boards. So when I'm traveling long distance, I need that extra protection. But yeah.
So you say you got some Middleton. What else you got? Middleton.
We did Wade. I'm going to show one more Wade here on something. Let's go with something new. Let's go something new and foily.
New and foily.
New and foily. Let's go this one. So this is the some more recent one. History of the DC Universe. Already signed this year by Todd Knack.
Where'd you see him? At C2?
No, I saw him at C2E2, but Todd Knack came to a local con.
Yeah, we just saw him last week. That's what makes the rounds. He was just in Memphis.
Yeah. He was just here not long ago. Let's see, another one. So a non-DC book.
Okay.
I'm getting this one signed to give it away, and it's gonna get signed by cover artist Dave Johnson and writer Donnie Cates. On the it's a Venom. It's a Codex variant. So this is I'm with them a Marvel variant, so all you Marvel guys, fill me in. So Donnie Cates and Dave Johnson on this one.
Notice he prefaced before he showed a Marvel book. He said, "I'm giving this one away." I don't want to ruin my
So Aaron Campbell is going to be there. Getting him to sign some DC Black Label stuff. Suicide Squad Blaze.
I like that cover.
Yeah, he did.
It looks like an album cover.
It does. And another Mark Waid here on some Black Label.
Yeah, the Last Day of Lex Luthor. I'm bringing those to New York for David.
So we have. So this is my last David Finch. I need the New York Comic Con exclusive for Forever Evil.
One
of my favorite villain stories.
Yeah, I think I'm about ready. I got all the David Finch Batman issues done, so I think I'm ready to move on to Forever Evil now. But there's 7 issues, so that's $70.
There is. This one I'm getting Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad. I already have Lee Weeks and Caitlin Yarsky, and that would be Olympus.
Hey, that blue pops,
dude. Yeah. Lee Weeks is a genius. I don't know what type of pen that is, but he asked me, like, can I do this type of pen? I'm like, dude, you're the artist. Like, of hardcore. You can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was
gonna
sweet.
tell you what to do, right? Another. I'm gonna do a Kevin Nolan on the Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
I already have Robert Venditti.
Well, Kevin Nolan did the inks on that that Superman. Was it?
Yep, you're absolutely right. He did that with Brian Hitch.
Yeah.
J.G. Jones on the director's cut of Final Crisis.
Ooh, Final Crisis. There we go.
I already have this one signed by him in a 9.8, so I'm just gonna finish it off and get the director's cut. And I'm also gonna get Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and
There we go.
Kevin Nolan on a weird book, Dead Man Again, Dead Again.
And that's an older book too. That's cool.
It is. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Peter Tomasi. I'm going to finish out my run on the Dark Side War, Batman.
Ooh.
Then I'll have all of them. Eddie Barrows, killing me, dude. This one, I forget who I was going to get signed, but it was a cover artist. Oh yeah, James Robinson.
Yes, I saw him. He was just in Memphis.
Yep, gonna get him to sign "Cry for Justice."
Dude, I forgot about that one, dude. I forgot about that one.
Very underrated story. So, we were talking about. I'm gonna come back to Joshua Middleton. I'm gonna end on Joshua Middleton. I got one more after this.
Okay.
Foil.
Okay, there it is. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yep. Definitely gonna get that one. And I'll one more here, and I'll let SEG have a turn. I think this one is really cool. Really caught my eye when I saw this variant. Joshua Middleton on Supergirl.
That's
a little bit different.
Yeah,
that is pretty sweet.
There's lots more in here, but those are just some of the bigger ones. I gotta clean it out because there's no Eddie Barrows, so.
I hate when you have to go back to the drawing board.
Oh yeah, one more. Sorry.
No, dude. Shoot, I'm enjoying this, man. Go ahead.
I'm getting this one and the Rose.
Rose Bish.
Yeah, Rose Bitch variant. Donnie Cates on crossover.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Just because it was cool, and it, I read it, and it was a really neat story. So, 2 non-DC books. The rest are obviously all DC.
Bam.
See what SEG is going to bring. What kind of fire?
And so for the people that are joining in, real quick, SEG, we are going over San Diego Comic-Con, my mind. Baltimore Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con. Signature King just showed us books that he's bringing to Baltimore, and we're going to have a show after these conventions to see how we did, how we fared. So this is just kind of the before, and then we're going to have an after. So now we got Jason Southern Comic Geek here, about to drop what he's bringing to Baltimore Comic-Con.
Hey, so real quick, Tony, Thiago was asking about those bags, where you got them from.
Oh, I got them on eBay, and I'm just looking here again. I did see that question. There are still some available, so price went up a little bit, but you can get them on eBay. I just typed in yellow comic book signature bags.
All right. So we got Aquaman #1. This is the foil cover by Brad Walker, and John Timms does the interiors there. But hopefully I can get some more signatures on that one. I've got this Batman Black and White.
Yes.
So.
Oh, look at that!
All right. Let me do my thing here. So
okay.
I see Silvestri. I see Raphael Albuquerque. I see Neil Adams, obviously. Dave Johnson. It looks like that's Dan DiDio, maybe. And then now I'm lost. The ones onto the top in the corner right there, right under Silvestri, in between Silvestri and Albuquerque.
This is Erica Schultz and Howard Mackey.
Never met him. That's why.
Yeah.
Damn, there you go.
But other than that, man, you did fantastic. So I have to write this stuff down so I can always remember. But yeah, Michael Cho is going to be at the show.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I got Michael Cho on mine too. Yeah, that's awesome. That is so cool.
Then also Keith Champagne.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I brought that last year for him. His signature is cool. You saw it?
No, yeah, I did. Yeah, because he signed those pages I bought from him.
Yeah, it has a little champagne little glass on there.
So when I went to KC, Kansas City this year, I forgot to take this. Obviously, would have been nice to get Doug's on there, but you know what you do.
Right? Yep. Shit.
And so doing like Tony and skipping through a couple of them. Here we got Emerald Warriors number 13.
Ooh, you hold on. I never seen that one.
So I own 2 pages from actually the 2 pages that I bought from John Dale are the first 2 art pages I ever bought. And so,
really?
Yeah. So I got Ron Friends.
I don't remember that book.
And I'm going to get Peter Tomasi to sign it. Seems like that. Yeah, this is a Dan Panosian cover. I think Dan Panosian might actually be there too. Got a few Donnie Cates things to get him to sign, like this Mayhew. So I got Mike Mayhew, Ryan Otley to sign it. Get Donnie Cates to sign up here too.
Keep that up real quick. I'll rate that Mayhew Signature King. That's kind of fancy.
That is it stands alone. I wouldn't even know where to get it. It's off the scale.
That's pretty awesome.
So then we got the foil for Superman 78.
Wow.
What is that? What is that?
This is the Big Time Collectibles foil version of that.
So is that like a con exclusive or something?
So, this is World's Finest. Okay, they changed. This was is this on the wrong cover or something? I thought this was a Batman 78. This is actually World's Finest.
Yeah, it's a Superman 78 like a homage to Jim Lee. Yeah, because you can do the Batman 89, same thing. It's World's Finest, but it's
So actually, I could get Mark Waid to sign this too.
Yeah, you could add Mark Waid to it. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
So So I got that. I've got this book here, so I can show some other love here. Got Ultimate X-Men Annual number 1. So I own 7 or 8 original pages from this issue. So I've already got Tom and Scott Hanna to sign. So Brian K. Vaughan was the writer on this.
Was that a $20 Hannah?
No, that's a free Hannah. I don't know that Scott's ever charged me for stuff.
Yeah, he's $20.
Well, I take that back. I went to get he was charging at Heroes this year, but he just got over cancer.
I didn't know that. That's wild.
Yeah. So got Turok number 1 on the cover of this. So Ron Mars need to get Bart Sears' signature on this. Little Al Milgrom to go with Jay Lee and Peter David.
Oh, that's some old school stuff right there. That cover is that Sam Keith? What cover is that?
No, that's Jay Lee.
That's Jay Lee. See, I wouldn't see. That's before I wouldn't even know that's Jay Lee. He does not do that at all. That's not anymore.
Yeah,
that's
he's
crazy.
Totally different now. So got Exo Manowar. This is the leather cover. This is Exo Manowar number 1. So Becky.
You said leather?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Becky Cloonan and what's the other guy's name?
Michael Conrad.
Michael Conrad. Yep.
Yeah.
So I already got Liam Sharp to sign this down here at the bottom.
That's crazy. A leather cover.
So we can diversify some here.
Okay, diversify.
Okay. All right, so we got a little Bart Sears art.
Okay.
signed by Ray. How you pronounce his last name? Chrising. He inked Tom Grumman on Robin back in the day.
Okay.
Little Bart Sears action. If you're an 80s cartoon fan, you know who this is?
80s cartoon. Okay. I don't remember this.
Mask.
Yep.
Dude, you know what? I remember the cars. I don't remember the characters. I was like, yeah, because I had it was like the Camaro, red Camaro. But okay, the bad guy, I had his helicopter that turned into a plane. Yep. I did have that.
So Bart Sears done that cover. I bought it from him, and Andy Smith inked it. And so I got Andy to sign it for me at Heroes this year. Little Silver Surfer goodness from back in the day, Ron Lim.
Oh, shit.
Since the writing's on there, I want to get Ron Mars to sign that. Little Sean Chan Valiant stuff. Couple pages right there. For Mr.
And you bringing that to Baltimore?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the last page to that Ultimate X-Men Annual #1 where it reveals that Rogue took Gambit's powers. So that's Tom Rainey who's going to be there as well.
That's
sweet. So yeah, I had some Eddie Barrows stuff, but me and Tony were both singing the blues on that one. So
man, yeah. Singing the blues, man. That's crazy, man. You guys bringing the heat. You got portfolios and foils and leather covers and geez, you know, and the partridge and the pear tree up in this joint, man. It's crazy. I wish you guys nothing but luck. I'm going to New York. I'm hopefully 1 out of 2, Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane. I hope to win something. They haven't even did the little raffle thing yet. So I have 2 chances to win. So that will be awesome. And yeah, it looks like Baltimore is doing what Baltimore does, which is have a great list of guests. And so I'm looking forward to that. We wish you nothing but the best. But I got to talk about this. We're changing the subject now. And now we're getting to what probably people saw in the thumbnail, which is DC versus Marvel. It's time. You know, I like to support the comic book community. I watch a lot of other channels and stuff. I see a lot of Marvel homerism, right? Where it's like they're more traditional Marvel fans, right? And so they're like, you know, they don't really diss DC, but it's like DC's like JV, you know, or the little brother, you know, the kiddie table. Even though DC was first, right? But I wonder, guys, are these Marvel fans actually reading current Marvel comics? And if they are, and if they so happen to be reading DC comics as well, which publisher is making the better books? Now, last week, guys, I just got to ask you guys, did you guys pick up the Deadpool Batman?
I did.
You didn't, SCG. Any plans to, or you just said nah?
No, I was out on it, and I might end up picking it up, but yeah, originally I had not, because I figured, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I figured that it was nothing but a money grab, and it wasn't going to be a good story, and I'm like, all right, I'm out, because you still at some point you got to start, you know, dividing your dollars out, right? And so you say, all right, well, I'm going to pick up these good stories over here. You know, that's just me. But yeah,
you're right, kind of on both, because obviously, hey, it is their business. They're in it to make money. Sure. You know what I mean? So of course it's a cash grab. That's the whole point. But it's funny you say that, because there's a story in there. The Wonder Woman and Captain America story was actually higher rated than Batman and Deadpool. And it sounds like they're going to make that crossover next. Wonder Woman, Captain America.
But who done that story? Because there were several different artists, as I understand.
I don't remember. I don't recall.
So Signature King, for the cats that haven't read it, explain like the layout of the book. Was it one linear story, or was it like kind of like an anthology with different team ups?
Different team ups, different artists and writers and whatnot. But there's a couple different stories in there. But the Wonder Woman one was liked more than the Batman and Deadpool. There's a lot of people that I hear that are also echoing that statement. So it's kind of cool.
So you picked it up. So SCG. I agree with you 100%. So cash grab, money grab, but guess what? I'm all in on it. I was all in on it.
They know how to
all in on it, bro.
Yeah, how to.
I got the blank. I got the McNiven, right? And yeah, man, it's Batman, dude. It has Batman on it with Deadpool. Any Batman Marvel crossover, sign me up for it. Sign me up for it.
I'll go pull out my Jose Luis Garcia Lopez treasury over there, and I'll get all the Batman Hulk I want. So
see, you doing the OG, and you a historian, and but yeah, I'm aware. But I'm still going. It's like I'm the dude that's going to get grinded up, and he's going in anyway because he knows there's a fire on the other side. He's going in anyway. That's me with this. I had to get it.
Did you pick up any other cover other than the A cover?
Okay, dig this. I picked up the McNiven because I thought this was like a variant, a variant. It only had one in the store. It wasn't like it was expensive. It was like $10. I mean, it is expensive, but it was like $10. So I was like, cool, I'll get it, and then I'll come back tomorrow or come back in a couple of days and get cover A. They have a shit ton of them. Guess what? They sold out. They sold out of all the cover A's, and so the only covers I have of this is this one and the blank. And so, and they're sold out, done. And I talked to my LCS, and he said that they're already coming out with a second printing. So I think if you missed the boat on the first print, in the store, you gotta wait for the second printing. But I got it because it's not often they do these crossovers, right? But when they normally do is usually when things aren't going so well, right? Which brings me here, right? To the question, guys. The chat, you guys are got PhDs in this comic book shit, guys. I need to know if you're reading or the last thing you read, who's making better comics? Is it DC or Marvel? And I'm throwing it to SCG first because you are Switzerland here, right? We didn't say Valiant, right? So maybe if we threw Valiant in the equation, you will have some, it'll be different. But I think that you will be as much of a non-partial person in this conversation because you already know me and Tony's gonna say. But and I still want to hear what Tony has to say. But I'm curious about you being someone that reads pretty much, comics, whatever is cool, whatever you're interested in. You're not going to be dogmatic about it. You're going to just, give it a shot. And like you were into the Energon stuff. You welcome that. You welcome Marvel. You're a Valiant fan. So you have a assortment of taste when it comes to comic book stuff. So SEG, we're talking about, when I say now, let's give it a time span, 5 years. So in the last 5 years, which is not a lot of time in comics. So we're talking about 2020. So from 2020 to now, who has been making better comics? Not selling more comics. We know that. Marvel's going to win that more often than not. But quality.
It's going to be DC. DC's making the better comic. They're doing it now. Don't get me wrong. DC's having a lot of crossovers. They're following the same crazy pattern that Marvel follows, but the standalones. I mean, one comes to mind. Justice League Last Ride has been a few years back now. The Aquaman series, the Green Lantern series. These are series that I don't normally pick up, and then there have been an abundance of Batman series, but most of them have been good. And so I've picked up Action Comics and Superman. These are not titles that I traditionally pick up every month. So been enjoying it. So to me, DC has been versus I have cut my pull list on Marvel. I'm trying to think. Oh, the only book that I've got on my pull list for Marvel is The Incredible Hulk, Philip Kennedy Johnson, another DC alum. So that's the only one that I've got on my pull list. X-Men's gone, and it's pretty pathetic. I mean, they're main characters with X-Men, and they had to beg people to get them in the X office. Now, used to when Claremont and them were back there, that's where you made your money, off of residuals and stuff like that. But no, DC's been doing it. Now, are they just on a run of luck? A lot of things just happen to fall in the right place, and the comic gods shine down upon them. I don't know, but I mean, you think about the Absolutes, the Batman 1, the Batman Deadpool. I mean, it's been hit after hit for them. The question will be, can they keep it up? The other question will be if they don't fall prey to another buyout, that ends up scrapping the momentum that they have gained over the last few years.
Man, that's great. Okay, before you fire off, Tony, chat, let us know, because I need to know right now. When we look at the DC side, even though a lot of the names have changed in the last 5 years, there's still some noticeable people making comics on DC, right? Now, when we go on Marvel, it's looking like they're starting to, like Capullo's there, Humberto Ramos is there. But as far as the ongoing titles, chat, let us know who's the best artist in Marvel. Who's the best writer in Marvel? Who's the person that you see their name in 2025 and you're going to pick it up? And that combination with an artist, I never seen that before. And this name hasn't really let you down. They're solid. They have a solid resume. I'm not saying A+ is all the time, but A-, B, average. You know what I mean? I don't even know who's doing X-Men. You just dropped X-Men, right? I just interviewed the X-Men writer actually last night. Mm-hmm. Jed McKay. See what I'm saying? I didn't know who he was. That's X-Men. X-Men was like you said, the residual titles, all of that stuff, right? But Avengers, right? When we think about the Avengers, the MCU was kind of splintered off with the Avengers, right? The same guy is doing both. And I found out that he's the first guy since Roy Thomas to write Avengers and X-Men concurrently. That should be a big thing, but it's not, because I don't think anyone wants to write those two titles. It's a badge of honor, but at the same time, I think it's mired in problems. And so I need to know, guys, because I'm not a Marvel expert. I put it this way: if you want somebody to just scrutinize and really just mudsling on Marvel, I'm that guy. I could talk because I'm the outsider looking in, but I have no real understanding about where they're going as a publishing line. I mean, everyone's doing gimmicks with the variants and all of that, but I'm seeing crossovers with the Predators and the Aliens and stuff like that. So I'm seeing that happening on one wing, but then when it comes to the normal ongoing lines, the classic lines, I don't know what's going on. So, Tony, I rambled enough. Who do you, from your opinion, is making the better comics over the last 5 years?
So obviously I'm going to say DC, but let me tell you why. When I go into my LCS on a weekly basis and I'm looking at, they got this gigantic wall of comics. I walk up to my LCS counter. They give me my books. And what I like to do is I like to take my books and then I walk over to the wall and see if, oh man, that's a cool variant. They put this A cover back. Let me get this cool variant. And variant cover is a whole other topic. But when I look at what's there, in a good way, there's no DC covers. They're gone. They're sold. There's nothing left. But they got stacks and stacks and stacks of Marvel books. And
is that because they're overprinting?
I wouldn't say that they're overprinting. Maybe they are. But, I mean, just from looking at it, they're just not selling. And when I see my fellow shoppers at my LCS, we have a huge loyal fan base. They're coming in, and I'm looking at these people, looking at their pull list. There's not much Marvel on them. A lot of indies, a lot of DC, sprinkle of X-Men, sprinkle of Avengers, maybe a Spider-Man here or there, because you always have your diehards for everything. But that's really it. At one point on Free Comic Book Day, they were giving away Marvel books. Like recent Marvel books. He's giving them to kids. Yeah. And I was chatting with some of my LCS guys, and they said that they're starting to see let me back up. They're starting to see more Marvel books that are returnable. So as new issues are coming in, Marvel is telling them, you can return these books already. They haven't even put them up yet. They're not even for sale. And they're telling them, yeah, these are fully refundable. Like, that's bad.
That's horrible.
That's either them not having confidence in the product that they produce, no confidence in the talent that they have behind them, no confidence in the fan base, no confidence in the marketing team, just no confidence at all. So, as a comic book fan, that sucks. Because I want Marvel to do well, because that means DC does well. And we need competition.
Where is the Marvel heads? We are flaming Marvel tonight. And we're doing it with the utmost sincerity. We're not even trying to shade. We're trying to keep it real. But where are the Marvel heads? I know somebody's got, because when I'm at the comic book shop, I do see Marvel heads.
If you would have asked me like peak MCU stuff, like Avengers was hot, and I guarantee you, if DC said, "Hey, let's do a Batman Deadpool crossover," they would have said, "Get lost."
Exactly.
And now it's guarantee you Marvel said, hey, DC, what's Batman up to these days? Look at Deadpool. You want to do a crossover? Yeah, let's make some money. I don't know what to think of what Marvel's doing right now. DC's on fire. But then again, you have peaks and valleys for both markets. So let's make Marvel great.
That'd be great. Make Marvel great again. But you talking about that, and if you think about Jim Lee, and I've given Jim Lee his fair share of heat, thinking, man, I don't think this guy sees the vision or whatever. But I kind of now think that Jim Lee knew some stuff and was kind of setting DC up to be successful now. Going back to, remember when they broke away from Diamond and everybody called him traitor and everything like that? Who looks like the genius now? The person suing Diamond trying to get their money, or DC?
Right.
And then you go to fast forward, DC raised the price on their books before Marvel did.
True indeed.
And, we as consumers didn't like it, but as a business model, it has to be sustainable. And, DC's always been known to pay their people better than what Marvel did. And Diego brought it up about, the gripe, and Dustin Wynn, bringing that up on Instagram not too long ago, had Marvel calling. And, I think, Mike, you brought this up a while ago. A lot of people at DC, but all the people have left Marvel to go do indie stuff or, whatever else like that. So.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you brought up Diego. Yeah, because this is an excellent comment right here. And yeah, Dustin Wynn. We did a whole show off Dustin Wynn's thing. I still think it was the hottest flame out on social media for 2025. If you haven't seen that, it's great, man. And still,
did Marvel do a rebuttal to that at all?
No, but just they contact like SCG said, they contacted Dustin, and we actually interviewed Dustin since then. It didn't make the air because he didn't want to talk about it, but we talked about it a little bit, and it was just, they talk, he didn't need their work. He was just advocating for other artists, so they were just there pretty much seeing if he had a problem with them and trying to make things cool, and everything's cool. He just did that for other people because apparently Marvel was underpaying a lot of people. And then I love this comment because, like I said, they have the biggest piece of the market share, right? So it just goes to show how disposable comics can be when you're looking at like these big, huge, mega companies. And so going back to quality, right? Because Marvel got the quantity. And then Tony, you brought it up and you hit it on the head. You said, okay, in the height of the MCU, right? If DC came knocking to Marvel for a crossover, would Marvel do it? And you said no, and you're 100%. And right now they need DC. Why? Because Absolute Universe is taking over comics, okay? And it started last year. And so Snyder, him coming back to DC, he actually, it's funny, he actually benefited from a lot of the other guys going indie. So so his books aren't competing with Three Jokers and Tynan and this. It's just him. It's just him and Wade. Like as far as like the 5-star general type guys, yeah, you got Jeremy Adams, you got Joshua Williamson. But when you look at DC and the writing roster, who do you see? You see, Mark Wade, and then on the other side, and it's Scott Snyder, but then on the other side, who are those heavyweight writers? Like somebody tell me who is writing Marvel right now that you can say, yo, Mike, you need to, wake the hell up and you need to check out so-and-so. They've been killing it on this sleeper story, right? Hickman. Okay, Hickman. Here we go. Who said Hickman? Stay there. Stay there. Don't leave. Because I had a gripe with Hickman. Hickman is $20. Did y'all know that?
No.
So Hickman is 20. So Derek, does that mean that he's the top dog on Marvel? Because $20, that means you're kind of like the person, you're the it person in the moderns, right? Where you went up, you're not 10 no more, you're 20. So you got is Jonathan Hickman. Jonathan Hickman is the A-level modern Marvel writer. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, I'd agree with that because he did the House of X, Powers of 10 crossover, and that's when X-Men shot back up. And the moment he walked off that book, it fell apart. Tini Howard, can mess up anything, but even a Catwoman book too. So, but yeah, he's comparable to Snyder. There was a Marvel crossover that they were, hyped up. 1 and 2 were doing great, and then it just tanked because he never could come out on time. And so, Gods, I think, yeah, it was a big Stephen Strange thing, and it's supposed to be a great deal, but he couldn't get it out on time, and so might be kind of similar to Batman's last stand on this last run of Batman. Couldn't make it out on time. So it happens to a lot of the writers and or artists, mostly the artists, but it was supposed to be a big thing. Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. So, but Ultimate Spider-Man's fixed to come to an end.
Yeah.
When it came out, because Mary Jane and Peter are married in that universe and they have kids, which is for OG fans is a big gripe with Joe Quesada when he dissolved the marriage years ago. And so I was picking up Ultimate Spider-Man, but now they're going to cancel it. So I guess it didn't sell like they wanted to, or he couldn't keep it.
Tony, what makes DC Like, what are the qualities of what DC's doing better than Marvel over the past 5 years? So, why do you think, narrative wise, DC is winning?
I think they're just taking their time. Look how long they were talking about Absolute series before it actually came out, and how long they were probably working on it before they even teased it. I mean, it was a long time, and I don't get that solicitations with Marvel. I subscribe to our my LCS's newsletter, and they talk about upcoming stuff and previews and whatever. They never talk about Marvel books. I don't know why, but DC stuff I know months before it happens. And I'm just not seeing that. Maybe it's a marketing thing, but it's weird because Marvel does have the advantage. They have in terms of the movies. Marvel has right now they're king.
Well, shit, overall popularity, man. Let's keep it real. Yeah. Marvel is winning a popularity contest. That's for sure.
But have the movies tanking hurt the comics?
Yes.
Because the last few people are like,
Because I know a lot of people who don't like, not they don't like the comic books. They don't know the comic books, but they know the movies. Yeah. And they continuously say, I can't keep up. I can't, because now I got to watch this movie, which connects to this 4 seasons of this show. Then I got to watch this show to watch this movie. I mean, it's become homework. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. That Batman Joker thing that you got behind your shoulder there, Tony, that's some of Mark Silvestri's best work.
Yes. The Deadly Duo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you say, Tony, take time, that's a testament to that, because I remember, I want to say 2009, 2010, he made an announcement that he's going to be doing that. Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, like 2017, I'm sorry. But it was a long while, and before it came out, and it was worth it. He took his time, and it's a fantastic book. SEG, what is it that DC is doing that have them ahead?
Well, it's the stories. Now, granted, I might expect, because I have more Marvel comics in my collection than I do DC. So I might expect more out of Marvel than I do to DC, and therefore I came in with a fresh perspective to the stuff I picked up. So there could be that.
Okay.
But to me, the quality of the book is better. There was a time a couple of years ago, we were talking in the last 5 years, a couple of years ago, like you would stain the comic by touching it with a Marvel book because their paper quality was going through this deal. I mean, there were literally some of the pages you could hold it up and see through it in the light. It was so thin. So it wasn't just the quality of the writing, but it was also the quality of the paper that they were printing out, and then the quality of the art. To me, DC has been picking up a lot of new artists. I've got this right here. This he was at Heroes. The Ken Marion, VK Marion, just started on Green Lantern. Some of these, and he's not new, but he's not as known. But some of these are John Timms. Some of these guys that are newer, to me, they're picking up better talent. And it might be because they are paying them more. I don't know.
Yeah, I see, like I said, I don't think I'm qualified to say why DC is better. I would say for the outside looking in, for me, as a DC fan, I can say that the bar has been lowered across the board, to be fair. Comics in general isn't as entertaining on the major publishers side. The DC Marvel, the level to me has been down. There's not as much cohesion as it used to be. Not as much collaboration. So I think that is something that both publishers share. But hands down, I've always thought that DC was the writer's publisher anyway. The detailed scripts and all of that jazz, that was more the DC side, making the artists have to really follow the scripts. That forced Marvel to have to do that, and so So that tradition to me is going to be there. I also think that people, the recognizable names, right? That sells comics. And so it's hard when the price tag is $4, $5, $6, $7 a comic, right? It's hard to take a chance on some nobody. Let's just be honest. You're not going to take a chance on somebody that you don't know, and if the art doesn't wow you, right? You're not going to even try. Oh, what? I'm not going to spend $5 on some dude I don't know, on some cyborg comic or something, some tertiary character. No. So what I see from the Marvel side, I see they print way too many comics. I see way too much Marvel comics, and I don't see enough like substance. I see overprinting, but I don't see a lot of people. I don't see a lot of the stuff flying off the shelves, and so I wonder why they print so many copies of things. And they have shit. I think they print more variants than DC does. Like per title, they have a lot of variants, dude.
Well, so, and, Derek brings it up. I mean, Black Series. I mean, fantastic point, Derek, because the Black Series have been killing it with these Elseworlds, for lack of a better term. Titles, whether it's the Three Jokers or Wonder Woman, Scorched Earth, or the one that just came out with Superman and Lex Luthor. But yeah, the treasuries. I mean, they're calling back. It's like they're calling back. They're listening to the people that buy this stuff and say, you remember treasuries? Let me give you treasuries. You like foils from the 90s? Let me give you foils. It seems to me like I see more foils for DC than I do for Marvel. Or am I missing something?
You say that one more time?
It seems to me like I see more what I would refer to as gimmicky covers, whether it's the foil, prism, whatever, covers coming from DC than I do from Marvel.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. 100%. I like
but if
this
that's
comment.
What the people want, then give it to them, and that might be why they're winning.
More variants equals overprinting standard issues, and that's probably what I'm seeing. These stores, going for some of the variants. So you're seeing a lot of those filler, stuff, access stock that they're going to have. But if the story's flat, then we're just variant chasing. It's weird. So we're inflating the numbers so you can that one book that you're trying to get, could cover maybe 20 books, maybe, of sales. That's not worth it to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it to me. Like if even if you sell the book for $100, it's not worth it to have all that extra stock that are going to end up, free comic book day, in the little goodie bags for kids. You know what I mean? Like, why waste that? I like what Derek's saying here too on the foils and treasuries are fun. I think that's 100% DC right now, and this is something that I'm going to give you props for, SCG. DC has mastered the gimmick, the last second shot in the last quarter of the year, right? So you predicted here on Stash Wars, after we talked about Hush 2 being delayed, right, which was going to end Batman Volume 3, and then Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez was going to start Batman Volume 4 with number 1 in this month, right? And I was like, look, dude, there's no way in the world they're going to have 2 concurrent Batman volumes. And you were like, nope, they're going to do it. They're going to pass up on that money. And lo and behold, here we are with issue number 2 on the horizon, and we haven't seen the next issue of Hush yet. That I got to give you props. But my point is that since the launch of the Absolute Universe, which started around September, around now, right? And it eclipsed in sales, right? And then it wasn't, I guess it wasn't a gimmick per se because it's having staying power. So it's leading to other successes across the DC line, right? Now, what I thought, what they did with in late 2024, you had Hush. Absolute Batman, and then they announced Hush You see what I'm saying? So that's another gimmick. You reunite Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. So now you got, this a little bit of this, the middle of the year, right? Where they could dominate with the, sales. But what happened was it delayed, right? And then boom. So if everything would have went well, Hush would have led into Batman #1, and Batman #1 already sold 500,000 copies already. Hello. So it's probably going to be the #1 seller of 2025. So like the goal was to just bum rush them with names, popular titles, right? And familiarity, right? And then nostalgia. So Hush had the Treasury foils, right? And they even had Treasury blanks. So they had every kind of variant you can imagine. So I think DC is winning off of names and gimmicks. But tell me, guys, I haven't heard one person that said they liked the Hush story.
I liked it.
Oh, there you go. There's the one.
I liked it.
Hush 1 was way better.
Hush 1 was better, but I still like Hush 2.
Hush 2. So you're saying you liked it. So you're the first person. Go ahead, Tony.
I think people, when they say that, people got sentimental attachments to like certain stories in DC. So if they came out with like a Blackest Night 2, people are going to say Blackest Night 2 sucked. Blackest Night 1 was awesome. I that's just my opinion. But I still like Hush 2. Yeah. And
it's hard to follow up, when you have such a high bar and mark, it's hard to follow back up with another success.
I think that when you read Hush 2, right, especially right after reading Zdarsky, so if you're following Batman, Zdarsky runs ends, and then you get thrown into this, where is Hush? Where does it fit? It just seems like it's a mini series within an ongoing run. And so it was just it was just a lot going on. Like that first issue, I'm like, damn, all this stuff's happening in the first issue. It was just a lot going on. I don't want to say the art was cool. I think, like I said, man, Alan Sinclair, Scott Williams, they're the best in the biz to me. But I just felt like, I don't know. Like Black Spider said it here the best. You have to understand Jim Lee is wearing many hats. And that's what I felt when I was looking at the art with Hush 2. And I don't want to be thinking about sympathy. Especially when you're charging $5, $6 a book. Guys, let's talk about the price of these comics. Okay. So I forgot who mentioned that, DC was the first person that, I think it was you, SEG, mentioned that DC was the first of the two to go beyond the $2.99 price tag. But now we're in like uncharted territory where they're trying to sell like $7, man. Where are we, man? Are we comfortable with this, guys?
Drawing the line at $2.99, baby.
$7.99, bro.
No, they drew the line, and then someone came with some white out. And
yeah, I mean, I feel like if they're giving me quality, I don't mind paying it. It's when they're giving me the garbage, and I'm like, but you keep charging me more for it. Yeah, that's when you say, okay, now that's what happened with me in X-Men. I mean, it's not that it was what, $4.99, I guess. But I'm like, for this? So, yeah.
So guys, let us know in the chat, man, who is winning this publisher showdown right now over the last 5 years. So I'm definitely the last 2 years, DC is winning from not only they're having the top sellers, right? So the top sellers of the year, they have the bigger stars, I believe. I think Greg Capullo. What was he on? Wolverine?
Yeah, it's not the main title. It's Wolverine something blood. Yeah.
And is he with the Distinguished Writer?
Jonathan Hickman.
Okay, so he's with Hickman. Okay, so all right, so
and Tim Townsend inking him. So it's not Glapian like it normally is at DC.
And Townsend inked the Deadpool Batman.
Yeah. He also inked the Wolverine. He come out of retirement to do it. So I was told. But the other surprise this year is Image.
What
Image is
aspect?
killing it. I mean, you got
They've
Ghost
been killing it. Their Image been #1 for a while now.
I mean, all these titles, and I think it goes back to what we were saying about the price of these books. How much are the Image books? Give props to Todd McFarlane for drawing the line for real. And
yeah.
And so, but with the Image books, like if the money's out there, the customers are out there that want the quality, they'll pay for the book if you give them the quality. And Image has really been, knocking it out of the park with all this Energon universe, the Ghost Machine stuff. They're still doing, hits here and there. It happened at Marvel, and of course, I'm not telling Derek nothing. He knows, the professor, but doesn't know rather. But this happened in the early 2000s when Marvel did the same deal with the Ultimate lines, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Spider-Man. All of a sudden, those titles became more popular than the old ones. And at one time, they thought about just scratching the old universe and keeping the Ultimate universe. But, the excitement on them waned and everybody stayed true to the original titles. I think that the key that DC could learn from the Ultimate line is if they want to keep the Absolute line going and the other one going, they can't lean more into one than the other. And so I think they could have two lines going at the same time, but they can't starve one line for great artists and great writers to make the other line fatter, if that makes sense. So I think right now they're doing a good job of it. And I think they're building momentum off of the Absolute line. So their Absolute line's feeding the other ones too.
Right.
Whether they're able to continue it.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, Tony. Do you think that the Absolute line could kill the proper? I thought about that. That was my biggest concern when they were kind of hyping this stuff up.
No, I don't think so. It's cool, but yeah, it's going to get a lot of attention, but I can't see it sticking around for an extended period of time. Because it's not, it's Batman, but it's not Batman. You know what I mean? It's not what the world knows what Batman is. People off the street know what Batman is. You give an Absolute Batman book, like, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think that it was a great, like I said, I'm shocked that we're I think issue 7 or 8 or whatever, or maybe even more. I don't know, but still at the we're deep into the run. We're on the second trade of issues now, and it's still selling a lot. I'm shocked. I thought that this would fizzle out real quick, but I was wrong. So I'll give them credit for that. But I agree with you, Tony. The familiarity is one thing. Even when you look at Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez's Batman design, it's going back to more of a retro look with the brighter blue and the gray. You know what I mean? That's a more familiar Batman look as well. And when you look at that freaking Joker, what the hell is that from Absolute the universe? That shit is crazy looking, dude. It looks like a shark.
What's interesting about the Absolute line to me, and this is just me, I'm a Batman guy. I don't read Absolute Batman anymore, and I'm a Scott Snyder guy typically. I just read American Vampire the other night. I like the Absolute Superman. Absolute Wonder Woman, and the Absolute Flash. That was
Absolute Flash, another one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what turned you off? What turned you on? You can't just leave us there. What turned you off?
I think that Scott's more interested in making political statements than he is telling a good story when this go around.
Oh, you know what? I haven't now. Okay, and that's what. Now I got the trade. See me. You know what's funny? I bought the trade, and I got like maybe 3-4 pages in, and I was just like, I'm not excited. I want to be excited. And so right now, what am I reading? Right now I'm reading this. I've been waiting, and you talk about Image, right? Right now I'm reading Redcoat. I got the trade, and then And then Geiger. I haven't been reading Geiger, and a lot of people are making me feel like I'm silly by not reading Geiger, so I got to read Geiger. But here he is. Here we are, right here. Absolute Batman. So there's the trade, and do I have a bookmark in it? I took the bookmark out because I was like, I'm good. I was good. I took the bookmark out. I was like, I'm gonna circle back. I don't know when, but yeah. I got both. I just got the both volumes of Geiger. Oh, and then I'm gonna check out Tom Taylor's Detective Comics with Michael Janine. So I got, this is kind of like my kind of newer stuff, and then I got some omnibuses I'm going to dive into. But there was a time where there was at least one title that I would get from Marvel, like trade, not single issue, just to read. Like Punisher Max series was awesome. And then there was Absolute Spider-Man. I pretty much read most of that run, and it was good for its time. It's not like it doesn't have a high reread value to me, but going back to what makes DC win right now, like I said, it's the gimmicks pretty much. It's the variant covers. You brought it up, SEG. There's all these different kind of retailer exclusives and reprints. We forget about that. Like who's doing reprints of classic issues more, DC or Marvel? I've seen two different Crisis on Infinite Earth blank covers. I've seen Detective 880 be reprinted. I've seen all the Hush covers have been facsimile printed. I've seen, and I'm talking about this is all in the last month. I've seen Damian Wayne's first appearance of Batman 655. I'm talking about to the 9. So if you didn't know, if you weren't like really, really close to detail, you would think that these are like the first printings because they're making them look damn near the same. And they went back with the old logo. So some of these, it's crazy. Going back to Hitman, I've been liking Imperial, but then that event spinning off into a bunch of side quest books is a turnoff. So even the stuff you like, there's a bad side effect to it. So that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, man. Shout out to Derek. Okay, so before we wrap this up, and I want to know, guys, where are the Marvel people? Somebody defend these guys, or else we're right. Because I'm gonna believe we're right. I'm gonna come leave away from this thinking that we're 100% right with what we're saying, even though I haven't been compelled in the last 5 years to read a single Marvel page, like not a single one. I've read so much Image stuff. I've read all kind of different publishers, but Marvel, I had like nothing has made me want to go. But let's talk about what we're reading real quick, guys, so that we can leave on a high note. Since we mentioned DC stuff, but if you want to mention other stuff that's not DC, but let's start with DC since we're saying they're winning. What's some current DC stuff that you read that maybe the people that are watching haven't read that they should?
It's hard to not talk about the Absolute Universe. I mean, it's pretty thick in DC right now. It's kind of really all they're really doing right now. I mean, Batman Deadpool came out. I mean, it was pretty good. I definitely would recommend it, or at least find the digital version if you want to buy it. Especially Mr. SEG, you can probably find it online for free. I mean, on my pull list right now, I think it's pretty almost exclusively, modern DC books. Absolute Universe. I'm sorry.
Aquaman,
what about you, SEG?
Aquaman. I think it is a good one. Always gets slept on, to Jeff Johns, reinvigorated him. But I think that Jeremy Adams is Jeremy Adams is doing a good job with that, and Green Lantern. So I feel like, because especially with the last guy, forget their name, the last run of Green Lantern.
Philip Kennedy Johnson?
No, Green Lantern. Did he write the last one of Green Lantern before?
I don't think he was the last volume.
He wasn't the last volume, though. I forgot who that was.
Yeah, I don't even remember either.
But they made a lot of changes and stuff, and I feel like Jeremy Adams came back and worked within that realm, because the thing with writers is the tendency to just want to say snap, and that's all gone, and you don't have to worry about this no more. This is the new norm. Instead, he took like that and kind of worked his way into his story with Green Lantern, which I appreciate. So, yeah, absolute titles, obviously. I will say also that I took Batman off my pull list, took Detective Comics off my pull list.
Damn.
Yeah. And so all the hype came from Batman 1. I went back, pulled it out. I saw there was one copy on the shelf at the LCS, and picked it up. I was like, let me get my boy back. Brought him back, read it, and I was like, wow, I really enjoyed it. Was a fresh change to me. So I was really surprised. Hopefully, they continue.
Yeah, me, like I pick up Batman dogmatically, so that's on my pull.
Mm-hmm.
I did pick up Batman versus Deadpool. I like I love the art of Chris Samney. So the Batman and Robin Year One with Mark Waid and him, that's something that I've been liking a lot. Yeah, I've been getting that. I love this. I love his art. I love anybody that draws like Darwin Cook or Bruce Timm. I love that stuff because it reminds me of the animated series, and it just gives me that, that flat animated style, graphic style. I dig that. So Batman and Robin Year One. That's with Mark Waid and Chris Samney. And then that's it. So it's Batman and Robin Year One and Batman. And then I slashed a bunch of titles too. I'm trying to think. Was there an event? What was the last event? Oh, I can't remember. I did get Dark Crisis and all
Absolute
of that stuff.
Was it Absolute Power?
Oh, Absolute Power. I bought that. I am getting Absolute Batman, so that is in my pool. So, but I'm going to end it after the Joker arc. So I have a strategic pull, but I wanted to get, like, since I know he's doing absolute versions of Batman's Rogue Gallery, I was like, fuck it, I'll just ride it all the way out to the Joker. And he mentioned in MegaCon, Snyder mentioned at MegaCon that around issue 15, the Joker is going to make an appearance. So I was like, okay, cool. So now, and that was smart because I was getting ready to bag out then after about issue 3 or whatever. When he said that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to ride this out. And then since then, you saw Killer Croc and Mr. Freeze. And so, we're getting kind of like the kaleidoscope of the Batman villains. And so, for Derek saying here, for DC, New Gods, Superman, Legion of Darkseid, Mad Cage, Flash Gordon is great. And to throw Marvel a bone, I enjoyed the Doom 2099 one-shot that came out of the One World Under Doom. Any familiar with some of this stuff, guys?
So Flash Gordon, doesn't Jeremy Adams write that too?
Yep. He does.
So, I failed to mention the Image titles, all the Energon titles. I'm picking them up. Multiple covers for the Transformers ones, and art for them too. So those are the and then Marvel. The only thing I got on my pull list is Incredible Hulk, Philip Kennedy Johnson right now.
And then so I got Batman and Absolute Batman, and then outside of DC, I have Red Coat on my pool, Rocket Fellers, and High Street. So, but I'm about to get ready once they get to like 6 or something. But they're almost other than Red Coat. So I really like Red Coat. And then when Rook Exodus comes back, because they're doing them in like seasons, I'm getting it. So I did like Rook Exodus. So Rook Exodus is going to keep. I'm going to keep doing those. And that's saying a lot for me to say that I have 3 titles that I get regularly. That's not DC. That's growth. That's a lot of growth. But it's because of Image. And I think Image, especially since I've been interviewing more creators, understanding the need in order to keep, I think, the culture alive, guys, we're going to have to support the indies because on one end, we're talking about Marvel, right? The most popular, they're underpaying people. So a career of Marvel is not sustainable, right? Unless you're a hot shot. And then two, DC might pay more, but they're not consistent. They don't keep people on a lot. So like they'll do short little spurts. So you can't really rely on DC as far as, consistent employment. So the only way to really like have a career at this is to one, most likely be a cartoonist, right? And just do your own stuff. Or, collab with a good, if you're an artist, a good writer, if you're a writer, a good artist, and make something happen. And so I've been way more prone to support the indies because of that. And I believe that if the indies are healthy, then that means DC and Marvel will be healthy because then those indie guys that have fuck you money to just be able to do what they want versus having to be under the pressure of whatever the company wants. And then just like Marvel right now crawling at the door of DC trying to do a freaking crossover, right? If these artists who were formerly with DC or Marvel, they go to do their own thing, right? Like a Daniel Warren Johnson, right? Now he can go to DC and Marvel and make his own pitches and do whatever the hell he wants because his name alone is going to sell. And so to me, supporting the indies give them more cachet to pitch a good story for the big two. And so to me, supporting the indies is the only way DC and Marvel is going to get better because if we depend on them, right, for better comics and all of that stuff, well, it's going to be hard if the best talent aren't getting paid. They're not going to want. You're shooing them off. So yes, always there's going to be like, remember when the Image founders left Marvel, right? There was a huge vacuum, but without them, Andy Kubert wouldn't be Andy Kubert. That's facts. Andy Kubert got more popular after the Image founders because there's less competition. All of those guys that were popular in the wake of Image, right? That are household names now, I would say wouldn't be as a household name because those jobs wouldn't be there because Todd McFarlane, Silvestri, and Larson will be doing them. I'm not a fan of the current Venom run, but I'm excited. Null is coming back this upcoming week. I have a lot of friends that are excited about Null, Black Spider saying Battle Beast, Casey Jones, Shredder, and Transformers. All right. Okay, so I love the feedback here. And then, oops, I thought I added y'all all to the stage. But anyway, we're moving on real quick. And please keep putting the comments in, guys, especially people that are Marvel fans, because it's kind of a general consensus tonight that DC is winning the publisher wars. And just to go back a second, that's what we've been talking about. So, if you believe that Marvel is winning out, and I don't necessarily agree with sales equate to quality because money could create sales and pad stats. So to me, it's who is getting the consistent audience and the consistent attention. And you said, Tony, you mentioned already that DC is doing a way better job of marketing and getting the attention of the comic book readers so that they can potentially buy. And you mentioned that they did a fantastic job with the promotion for the Absolute. And I mean, even earlier today, I think Derek mentioned that there's a chance. I mean, there's a chance that Absolute can kind of overshadow the main line. But I agree with you, though. It's only going to be temporary. At some point, the fad is going to end. I was saying that I've not seen people get excited for DC since the New 52. Absolutely right. But I'm glad that they, instead of rebooting and doing the whole enchilada, they just created a lane for the Absolute Universe and just let them do that and then keep the proper universe together. And they tried to do this back in the All-Star days as well. All right, so next week, guys, just to let you guys know what's on the Six Layers. Next week, what do we have here? Going to overlays. Well, one of them is doing a recap real quick. We're doing 6 layer updates. 6 layer updates. And so I wanted just to recap, guys, for all the cats that are Bad Idea Valiant fans, we interviewed the publisher of Bad Idea, Dinesh Shamdasani, last week on the process, and it's a great episode. I loved them speaking of gimmicks. I don't think no one has outdid Bad Idea with gimmicks, dude. These guys, the Invisible comic being graded, and okay, I have to say this. The Invisible comic being graded, that whole stunt proves that you can buy grades. Right there. Because he said in the interview that hey, I need some 9.8s, some 10s of an Invisible fucking comic, guys. So think about that. So what about when you go to Alex Ross's site and you want one of his signed books and it's not even out yet, but you can already buy a 9.8? All you care about is the damn label, right? You know, that's all you care about. As long as that number on the label says 9.8, you don't care. So if they said, oh, you know, if someone had a 9.8 and then CGC hit y'all, was, oh, my bad, we made an error, actually is an 8.5, would you like to resubmit your book at no expense? Are you doing that shit? Hell no.
Listen, I would have done, instead of the 9.8 Invisible Comics, I would have done a 9.6.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he had a menu. So this dude ordered a menu. Hey, yo, CGC, can you do this? And they were like, yes. So this, I can't understate enough how important that was, that he made a phone call and ordered various numbers of slabs. So in other words, the price is right, guys. You can get you a 9.9. So check this out. I'm just letting you guys know. Check this out. All right. Moving on. And then yesterday, dude, we dropped this. I mean, please just watch this just because it took so much of my life to edit this, guys. 22 interviews, dude. And the legend Kevin Eastman headlined this Memphis Comic Expo. This was kind of a dream come true. I mean, who wasn't a Ninja Turtle fan growing up? And like, what's funny, I don't know about you guys, because you guys, you know, got introduced to comics earlier in your life than I was. But like, Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman were the first creators that I ever knew their names, because Turtles was so popular. Everybody would like, Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, they created, you know, it was like the one trivia that you had to know growing up was who created the Ninja Turtles. And I wasn't in the comics back then, but every kid back in the day used to draw turtles, and we used to draw turtles with football jerseys and all kind of stuff, you know, and Bart Simpson and stuff back then. You know, we used to, you know, repurpose the turtles. And so to be right next to him and have an interview, and for us to talk about Jack Kirby, his idol, I thought that was cool. But then as a Star Wars fan, guys, I shit you not, my biggest moment was meeting Asajj Ventress, okay? From the Clone Wars, from the Bad Batch, Tales of the Underworld. But I found out, I thought she was Asajj Ventress for all of it. Even the micro series with Gendy Tatarsky. But she wasn't. So she wasn't in the micro series. She was from the Clone Wars on down. And so I thought that was cool. And then, yeah, and then the quintessential Black Panther. He's on everything not MCU related. All the Avengers Assemble cartoons, all the Avengers cartoons, Marvel Rivals game, Five Nights at Freddy, dude. Like, I mean, it was crazy. You guys got to check this out. But Jerome Pena was drawing, so that was cool. That doesn't happen often. Stephen Platt, we got Stephen Platt to talk. So the chunk of this show is mostly comic book creators. It's about 15 to 16 interviews of reputable. You guys talked about James Robinson. Well, guess what? James Robinson's on there. So some of the people that you guys are going to see in Baltimore, we interviewed here on this. So I just got to do that plug because, like I said, man, this took a big chunk of my life. I'm still recovering from this. But this was a fantastic stuff. So check this out. And then for an affordable, 17 grand, guys, you can be the owner of one of these Batman 6 57 pages. Andy Kubert is at LA Comic Con right now. You can PayPal him right now, dude. 17 piece. 17 grand. Just letting y'all know, dude. And then finally, next week, our guest for Six Slayers, 104. And guys, I'm trying to see. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know if there's a comic book channel that interviews more than us. Every week we got a new person, not a collector, not a YouTube person. No, comic book pros every freaking week without missing a beat. So we're going for 52 straight interviews every Thursday. And shit, we just gave 22 this week. So we gave you a giant size interview for this week, and we're going to be giving you more and more and more. We got Joelle Jones. We're interviewing Joelle Jones tomorrow, and one of the founders of San Diego Comic-Con, Scott Shaw. So we got some crazy ass interviews coming up on the Six Layer Station. So please subscribe. But this Thursday we have Felipe Smith. Now, I'm a DC homer. This guy is known for, I think, Robbie Reyes, a ghostwriter, but he is the first non-Japanese mangaka. I don't know if I pronounced that right. So he is the first non-Japanese person to make manga, and so he is, moved to Japan, and he gives us this whole comic book origin story of how he was invited to make manga, as a non-Japanese. So like, this is now there's more, but he was the first, and it's crazy, man. And so his origin story is great. Felipe Smith, he's actually doing Marvel stuff now, like covers and stuff now, but I know he did a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider story, and so that's what people know him for kind of now. But in the manga world, he has a bigger name, and he has a YouTube channel. I forgot what it is, but all that stuff will be in the description of next Thursday's show. But this is, I'm telling you guys, this was a great, fascinating story of how he even made it to Japan to create manga. And I think Poo-Poo, I don't want to mess up his name of the manga. I don't want to chop it up. I would totally. I'm like one of those dads that just chop up the names and screw it up, and So yeah, I don't want to screw it up. So, but Felipe Smith on Thursday, and then be on the lookout for our October schedule, which is going to drop, and I'm gonna let you guys know. October is going to be crazy. Okay. So we already got Felipe Smith. I already mentioned Jeff Loeb, Mike DiCarlo, J.M. DeMatteis. So I mean, that's just the name, and I think there's one more Thursday, but I'm just gonna leave it there. But for sure, Mike DiCarlo, Jeff Loeb, J.M. DeMatteis, Felipe Smith in the month of October, and I'm telling you guys that Jeff Loeb interview, this dude does not hold back. So everything that we talked about SCG about that hush. Like, we talk about it, and like, I didn't even have to like even set it up. He was just like, boom, boom. I was like, whoa, okay, yes, we're recording this. Roll it. Let's go. Juice. It was great, man. But yo, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. But before we do, obviously, I gotta know what's going on with y'all. and y'all channel what you're up to. So we're gonna start with you, Tony. Tony, let everybody know what's happening on the Signature Kings channel.
Shorts, working on shorts. Getting ready for Baltimore Comic-Con, obviously. Continuing the room, improving the office. I got a lot of work to do, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. I even got my new you can see my new beams up here, the brick and stuff, looking good. I got to hang some more drywall. Had to fix a hole, but it's slowly coming together. Yeah, I'm excited to finish and show you a completed product because room tours do really well for some reasons with the algorithm wants. So I determined to feed it. But yeah, I got some small stuff cooking, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned. SCG. What? Okay, obviously, you know, we spent some time talking about Baltimore Comic-Con. Obviously, you going there, but leading up to there, what could they expect on the Southern Comic Geeks channel?
I'll probably be coming back with another video regarding some of the Baltimore Con as I kind of refine that list, maybe put some other things in there. And then there is another Valiant show coming up that I do with Carl Choi and 24/7 Comics that we'll be doing next week or the next. Yeah, because he's going to be actually at New York Comic Con. Did he get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm glad you set up the alley-oop. I didn't know he was going to New York, but Carl Choi, 24/7 Comics, will be a guest on the 6th Layer station. When I get back from New York, we have a date to that. But now that you mentioned that, I'm going to email Carl and let him know we need to meet up in New York and talking face to face.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's all I got.
Yeah, man, and as I said before, guys, please subscribe to the Southern Comic Geek, the Signature King, and the 6th Layer Station. We have interviews every week. I'll be back here next week on Stash Wars Live. I'm probably gonna do one more this live here coming up next week, and then I'm gonna take a break for New York, and then guys, we definitely got to reconvene. So I'll be in touch. So we'll do something. Obviously, you guys are like the 2 weeks after, 2 weeks after New York. So you guys will reconvene with us after you guys are done, and then I'll wait and keep my spoils for New York until you guys are ready from Baltimore, and then we'll compare and contrast this show with the show in the future and see how we did. If we had any unexpected surprises, which are always good, I would like to know that. So yeah, so we're definitely going to reconvene and reunite after you guys return home from Baltimore. But here, as you guys always know, you guys can check out the 6th Layer Station. We will be dropping Doug making animations on Tuesday, and once a month we have The Process featuring David Barron. And I'm just letting you guys know we got some very, very special guests coming up. We mentioned their name multiple times. In fact, one of their pieces is behind Tony right now, and so they're going to be a guest soon. And so we got a lot of special announcements. And then finally, guys, we will be. I think I'm going to do this when I get back from New York. But I definitely want you guys to support the channel. And I'm going to be unleashing our sketch cards. So you guys, I've been collecting I got about almost 60 or 70 sketch cards from all different types of artists. And we'll be giving these away on Friday. So the new giveaway prizes are going to be 6 Layer sketch cards. Okay, guys? And so it's going to be fun. And then because there's a stack, and each week I'll show you guys all of the cards, and I'll make a post with all of the cards. And then each week we will randomly select a card to give away. And so we'll talk about that, and you guys will find out ways that you guys could get other 6 Layer stuff. So we're cooking behind the scenes, and it's time to unveil some of these plans. But the sketch cards, guys, I want you guys to check out. So there's some cool ones. and I'm picking up some in New York from some A-list artists. But then also I've been supporting a lot of local artists, and they've been killing it. And so that's the other thing that we want to do is expose people to some of the artists. So with that said, if you're an up-and-coming artist and you want to be a part of our sketch program, holler at me at Stash Wars Comics or at Six Slayers on IG. We could definitely meet up. If you're going to be at one of these shows, let us know, because I definitely want to get talent from pretty much all around. And so I'll be in New York picking up some international talent, some sketches from international talent. But then, also from the South, the Southeast, the West Coast, the Midwest, let us know where you at. And if you guys want to submit some art for the 6-layer sketch cards. But with that said, that is all for our show. Please smash the like button, subscribe to all 3 of our channels, and I will be back with you guys next week. That is all for Stash Wars. We are out. Peace.